Coach Pittman joining us now from Fayetteville. Coach, congratulations and thank you very much for being here.
Well, Paul, I really appreciate it, and thank you for having me.
Listen, we've been talking for days about how surprised the public was when they heard that you had been named. I'm guessing at some point you were pretty surprised to get in the middle of it as well.
Yes, I was. You know, I was surprised and very grateful and very happy to have the opportunity. But yeah, it all happened pretty fast, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, I mean this with the utmost respect. But how did you first come to the conclusion or come to the realization that you were in the mix?
Well, it would have been sometime Sunday morning, and I got a call and I called my wife and I said, hey, you know, I think we're going to have a shot here. And of course, obviously, we're very excited. And then throughout the day, it just started happening a little bit.
What do you think it says, Coach? Because I mean, you have you've been a great position coach, and your reputation in Georgia and really as a recruiter is superb.
Thank you.
But a lot of guys never get that opportunity, and you know that because you've been one of those guys. So what do you think it says to so many of your colleagues out there in the country that you finally have landed one of the plum jobs in the SEC and around the country?
Well, I think it gives guys like myself hope. You know, I don't know how many guys could have this opportunity, and so I think it just says that there's hope out there. Just keep trying to do good at the job that you're currently in, and you know, obviously you have to recruit or you're not going to have a chance to get one of these jobs.
And certainly, do you think your reputation, I mean, listen, your reputation as a line coach and recruiter really mattered, but especially as a recruiter, because I've talked to people, I know you've gotten some big-time players. I remember the young man out of Alabama that came over not long ago, other players as well that some people wondered, like, it took a personal relationship to make that, for the player to make that decision.
Well, it does, and you know, I mean, you have to recruit the kid, the mom, the coach, sometimes here at the University of Arkansas, the state. So, but it's just time. I know everybody works very hard and all that, but in order to really sign an elite player, you have to make it so hard on him that he doesn't feel like he can tell you no.
Do you think also, Coach, having familiarity with that program under Coach Bielema was a tremendous asset to you? Because you know, sometimes you walk into a place you've never been, it is far more difficult than one that you have already lived in and done.
Well, I certainly think it had a lot to do with it, Paul. And you know, my wife and I had already bought a lot on the lake down in Hot Springs, so this was kind of home coming back, and with us already being here in Fayetteville and knowing the culture of the state of Arkansas and the fans, I think that had a whole lot to do with it.
Coach, I know things are crazy. I mean, recruiting is coming to an end and signing day is around the corner, and it's been hard to have a lot of time to breathe, but there's been some speculation out there that you might bring in Barry Odom, the highly respected coach from Missouri. Can you comment on that?
Well, I can tell you this, that I'm ecstatic that he's in his car headed down to Fayetteville as we speak. Yes, I'm ecstatic. Really, you know, Paul, I felt like I needed a guy on my staff that had been a head coach and one that I could lean on and talk to, and there's really not a better person out there and a finer coach, finer man than Barry Odom, and I'm just blessed he's in his car coming down here.
I know this. My job is supposed to interview you and not give commentary as we're talking, but I have to tell you, Coach, knowing Barry Odom, that's one of the smartest things I have heard from a coach in a long time, because he does. I mean, forget his defensive prowess. We all know how good he is, but his experience, I cannot imagine I can only imagine would be of great service to you.
There's no doubt, and when I interviewed Paul, I said, you know, I think I can. I know I can put together an outstanding staff, but I want on that staff some people that's had head coaching experience, and if I could get Barry, who's been a head coach in the Southeastern Conference, I just thought it'd be so much help to me, and I'm sure that it will.
I know the job now is to recruit and to put a staff together, but I heard you say something the other day, and I really wasn't moved by it, but but the genuine excitement. A lot of times you get to a certain state in life, and most of the people that aren't of a certain age can interpret that any way they want. But I mean, you don't get these opportunities. But you seem genuinely just ecstatic to be where you are right now.
You know, I really believe that Arkansas is the greatest job in the country, and I do. And it's a different type job because the state of Arkansas are different people. You know, we're the only show in the state. You know, there is Arkansas State, excuse me, but we're the only SEC school in the state. There's no pro teams here. The state of Arkansas loves the Hogs, and it's a very special place. And you know, when I was a kid, Paul, I grew up about 75 miles from here, and I was a Hog fan back then, and just really never have lost the love for the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Well, the questions will come fast and furious about turning this program around. And listen, we all know the record. There's no reason to harp on that. But how do you do it? How do you make this program viable again?
Well, I think it's just hard work. I told them in my interview, I think we have to recruit our way out of this thing, and I think we can. We have very fine facilities here and a great administration. So there's really not a reason why Arkansas can't get back to the glory days. We needed to have the money to hire assistant coaches. They gave it to me. And we needed to have the support of the administration and the chancellor, and we had that too. But the facilities are here. We just have to get kids on campus, and I think we can certainly help ourselves once we get them on campus, because there's not a lot of people that know what we truly have here at the university.
What's up? Thank you so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. Don't forget to download the ESPN app, and if you want more premium content, which you do, make sure that you subscribe to ESPN+. See you soon.